Hey guys, it's Carrie Creation, and I guess the best way to describe this week's video is we're doing an artwork rework. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my character Chinoa, who I did in a video a couple of weeks ago and who I'm talking non-stop about at the moment because of my upcoming project, another little, promotion of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this picture of Chinoa, this is her portrait that I'm going to use for that project, and I thought I would try and draw it in a different style. So what I'm going to go for is more of like an anime manga sort of style. I found these really beautiful images, these line work images on Pinterest when I was browsing the other day, and it's living in my head rent free. So I was like, you know what, let's do it for a video. It could be fun, it could be fun. So I started like mapping out the bigger eyes and the more like squished shovel face, but I wanted to add a little bit more than just like, the straight. I wanted to look soft. I want soft, not like hard edge anime style. So I also decided that I would put just a little bit more effort into her braids, but also make them bigger so I didn't have to draw a million of them really detailed, just like, 500,000 of them really detailed. So I did a lot of flipping in this one. Like I would draw one side and then flip it because anime styles tend to have that really beautiful symmetricalness to them, and I did it straight on specifically so that I could do this and make my life a little bit easier. But in the end, it still took me so long to get this to a point where I'm happy with it. Like, you guys are seeing the sped up version. The video is only going to be like, 8 or 9 minutes long, under 10 minutes. You guys are all seeing like the under 10-minute version, but just to get the sketch and the line art done took me like 2 hours. All right. And even the sketch took me like, 40 minutes or something like that. But normally in my own style, I could do this sketch in my own style probably in like 10 or 15 minutes if I was like really putting my mind to it. So it was really interesting to see just how much longer it took me to do something in a style that I'm not used to. But it was also really satisfying to see that I could do this style. And by the end of the video, you'll like this image that I've created has so many conflicting emotions for me because I think it turns out really beautiful. Like, I think it's amazing and I can't believe I drew it. And because it's so, for me, it looks so different to what I normally draw, and it looks like, to me it looks like someone else drew it. Like, I can see hints of my own style in it, but it looks like someone else's art. So it's beautiful and I love it, but that kind of makes me hate it as well. And it's really hard to explain that because it is beautiful and I love it. And this whole process, the whole time, I'm just like, wow, I love this so much, but I hate it because it's mine, but it doesn't look like mine. And it made me really question everything. I'm so curious to get everyone else's opinion on this, because there's a part of my brain that's like, well, I should draw like this all the time. Look at it, it's amazing. And then the other part of my brain being like, but it doesn't look like my art. And I don't know. It's really hard for me to figure out how I should feel about this because I love it, but it's different to what I normally do. And change is hard sometimes. But I think what I need to take forward from exercises like this, if I'm trying someone else's style or like just a different style in general, what I need to take from it and what I think is really important to take from art, and the reason I think these sorts of activities are important, is that you can take what you like and you can work it into your own style. For instance, I have changed the way I draw noses so often. Like, that's one of the things that I have the most difficulty with, is I can draw a nose, and I don't always hate how I draw a nose, but I don't always like how I draw it. So maybe that's something that I can take from this style a little bit, is the way that I did the nose, where it's just the really simple, like, button shape of it, and then I add some shading to it. And I really like how that turned out. And then if I integrate that with my normal way of doing shading in skin, maybe I can get something that I'm a little more happy with, or something like that. I also could take, for instance, the way I did the eyelashes, or the way that I color the eyes in the end, or shade the eyes in the end. And I might mess around with it, and I might see what I take from this activity and put into my own style, and just kind of see where it kind of takes root and what feels right. Because part of the reason why I'm so conflicted about this image specifically is because I was not at any point trying to put my own style into it. The whole time I was trying to do a different style. So it might be really interesting to see how it merges with my own style. That's what I'm thinking at the moment anyway. You can see throughout the video that I keep turning off the sketch layer. Every time you see me turn off the sketch layer, it's my brain being like, what? And I'm just, it's my brain trying to process what I'm actually drawing, and the fact that I'm actually the one drawing it, I just, like I said, it's so many conflicting emotions and so many feelings, and it's my art, but it's not my art, you know? Like, it's hard to explain. But we got to this point, and I'd finished the line art, and I was like, it needs depth. I want it to have depth, I want it to have some thicker lines, so that's what I'm going through, is I'm just putting them in where they feel right. Not necessarily where it makes sense, the same as I do with all my art, but just making it work for me. And that's a big part of my art all the time, is I swear I've said it before, either in a video or a stream at one point, but at some point in this YouTube year, I have said, I think it was about shading that I was talking about, where I was like, it doesn't always need to make sense, but I make it work for me. And that's essentially what I did with thickening the lines here. I wanted just this really simple, like, manga-esque background to it. I don't know, it's because I didn't originally plan on taking this further than the line art. I just wanted like this really cool, clean look to it. So I just wanted to go through, put all this shading on. I mean, it's not even a lot of shading, just this little bit of shading on. Try this different way of doing like the lips and stuff, which I was really happy with. I think they turned out really good. I think it looks amazing. I originally made the eyebrows brown because she has brown eyebrows, but also because I wasn't sure whether I would want to put in some base colors or anything like that. And if I was going to put in base colors, I wanted the eyebrows to just be brown, not line arted, because of how I did it. But I forgot to change it back to black, so let's ignore that. They're just brown now. As I said before, just kind of flipped everything a lot because I wanted to make it a little easier on myself. And I think it turned out really beautiful. I love it so much. I did end up going back and coloring it so that it looked more like her. I didn't record the footage of that, unfortunately, but this is what it looked like. And I think it looks really great. Like, either way, really great, really love it, and I'm really keen to know what you guys think. So if you like it, maybe you could put a like on the video. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And next week, I'm going to do a 3-color challenge with this image, so look forward to that, and I will see you guys then. Bye!